with any luck it. She's gonna tug it. You gonna let me stick it in your dirty bucket. When you're penny and free, when you're all down there weird, if you really wanna taste it, you can suck it. You gotta lick it. Oh, hey there, welcome to a new episode of
He'll be a story in the song along with Jack Gassery. Your own personal good wallet. If you don't like and share and subscribe, then you can suck my balls.
Welcome to episode 4. I don't want to do this anymore. Pre-production, post-production, production. It's just too much duction. My favorite part, playing music. It gets me high. I freaking love it. I just want to do that. That's all I want to do. And the story part right here, too boring. I don't like watching it. YouTube, you either got to have a ton of money and free time, be young and hot, or, I don't know, make instructional videos or whatever. And this is none of that. So in order to pander to the norm, I'm going to introduce this new narcissistic instructional series called...
How the fuck is he doing all that?
Get a bass guitar and decoupage it, because you want people to think you're an artist, not a filthy animal. Playing one-handed, you're going to need help dampening the strings. This can be accomplished by tying a dirty sock around the neck, or they actually make professional devices. If you're feeling really adventurous, you can always try dampening the strings with a chicken. Another issue having no right hand for slapping and plucking, your left hand is going to take a beating trying to make the notes ring. So do yourself a favor and replace those serrated blade round wound strings with shiny new flat wound strings. As you can see with this toast finger analog, flat wound on the right is delicious phalange bliss, while the round wound is shredding flesh off your moneymakers with each slide. It's the difference between finger banging a pencil sharpener or the warm, wet velvet of a second date. This part's for the tone geeks. Here's a quick run through of my effects chain. Start off with a noise gate, block off any of that in-between note hiss. This next one's my favorite. It's an SR5000 bass impulse response. Makes my $300 Yamaha sound more like a $3,000 Ibanez. Now, I don't have extra limbs or brain cycles to keep the volume consistent. Running a compressor at max settings fixes the mix, whether I'm lightly tapping or heavy slapping. Next is an amp cab simulator to give this direct input more of a live performance tone. And you know the house PA will disjoin your tone, but you can't let that distract you from giving your love to the crowd. I take care of that by bringing my own monitor and then EQing for that. I don't know what mud you'll be listening to, but I'll sound good to me on stage. Now for this patch, I start off with the same bass tone setup, but then I split it off to build a guitar sound. Pitch shift it up an octave, sprinkle in some distortion, give it a guitar amp emulator, then add some reverb to fill the space. Back to the bass part of the patch, I give it a different distortion for the low-end crunch, and top it off with a bass cab emulator. This effectively gives me access to guitar and bass, and it only costs me one limb to play.
So I promised myself I'd do 6 episodes, but I got sick of it after episode 3. But you got to keep your promises. If you can't be trustworthy, you can't be trusting. And being trusting and trustworthy is a surefire way to get the warm hug of a better life. Speaking of warm hugs of better lives, you can get yourself a You Can Suck My Balls pillow. Just go to neilb.com and click on the Etsy link. You can't sell ball sucking, but you can sell a pillow. Ah, so cozy. That's all I got for you from my 12 loyal fans, my dirty dozen. Something about using your arms when you say it feels good. My dirty dozen. So for you guys, I'm going to say dirty dozen a dozen times. Dirty dozen. Dirty dozen. My dirty dozen. 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 Legit, I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. I love you. And if you wanted more than 6 episodes, I'm sorry.
You know I'm sorry.